as we move on, because we are now looking at, once again, another bunch of elections, 5 states. And we move on to have a look, viewers, at the prospects there. What you see on your screens, viewers, is a whole bunch of leaders from the state of Tamil Nadu. Now, viewers, 5 state election that is going to be taking place in about 2 months, 2.5 months roughly. That is a midway referendum, mini midway referendum on the NDA government and its performance. And viewers, the BJP's electoral juggernaut has been able to breach every bastion of the opposition except one state in this country, and that is Tamil Nadu. There are a few green shoots, but they are so tiny, viewers, that they do not translate into gains electorally for the BJP, i.e. in seats. And Tamil Nadu, viewers, is a very, very consequential state, sending 39 MPs to the Lok Sabha. And viewers, assembly elections there in a couple of months will tell us whether the BJP's message is now becoming more and more acceptable across all geographies in this country. So in the northeast, it has resonance. In the east, it has resonance. In the north, it has resonance. In the west, it has resonance. But it has very limited appeal in Tamil Nadu. And we are today going to talk a little bit about the poll of polls, a dipstick, viewers, of the mind of the Tamil Nadu voter. And this poll of polls, one of the polls that we want to speak about is Vote Vibe Survey. This Vote Vibe Survey has been conducted, viewers, by Amitabh Tiwari and his team, a noted pollster. We are going to show you another poll also in just a few moments. But what does this poll tell us? When a number of respondents were asked to tell us who they will vote for, 35.8% said the DMK, 33.8% said AIDMK, and the TVK, which is Vijay's party, the actor's party, 19.2%. If you look at the top 2 viewers, it's suggestive of a very close contest. 1.5%, 2% difference. TVK bringing up the third leg, and a substantial third leg. So what does this tell you, viewers? That for the first time in about 15 years, you're going to see an election in Tamil Nadu which will be properly triangular. That is what Vote Vibe has picked up on the ground. Who should be the chief minister? Here, Stalin is about 4% ahead of his rival from the AIDMK, which of course includes the BJP. So that's the alliance which includes the BJP. And Vijay is trusted by almost a quarter of those who were polled. This is a very tight election, viewers. Now, viewers, there is another poll that was conducted. Chanakya conducted a poll, and Chanakya is a leading platform down in Tamil Nadu. And you can see here, it shows that the AIDMK BJP is about 4% ahead of the DMK, and the TVK is at about 21%. So viewers, this shows that this is an open contest. And the TVK is in both polls averaging around that same mark. And in this also, the question was posed, who is the most preferred chief minister? Here again, viewers, it's a very close one. Here, EPS, so tells you that perhaps the rival from the AIDMK ranks is ahead in the race. MK Stalin, the incumbent chief minister, is 27%, and Vijay is at 24%. Now, viewers, we can obviously sit here and suggest that these numbers we should take with a pinch of salt because opinion polls, etc., get it wrong. We're not projecting seats here, viewers. We're just projecting responses in percent. And that's more of an exact science than extrapolating from here into seats. So sentiment right now is for a very close contest. This is not an election that is going to be one-sided. And remember, the DMK alliance is up against history also. Very rarely, in fact, not for about 40 years, have governments repeated themselves, if I'm not mistaken. there's always been churn in Tamil Nadu. So I want to open this up because many questions are to be asked. Amitabh Tiwari, founder of Vote Vibe, is here with us to explain his survey first. First, take us through the methodology that you employed, the sample size, and what your interpretation is of these numbers.
Methodology employed is CARTI, which is telecalling based survey. Around 1200 samples from across the state, period around 21 to 28 of January is the period when this was conducted, and the male female is around 5149, as well as the rural urban base is around 5149, largely corresponding to the 2011 census numbers. So if you see the overall results, as you mentioned, 44% people believe that the trend of alternate governments or the trend of incumbent government being thrown out every 5 years is likely or highly likely to be repeated. Secondly, when we asked about the satisfaction level or how do you rate the government performance, around 42% people rated it poorly or highly poorly, whereas 36% people rated it as excellent and good, which means even in terms of satisfaction rating, the anti-incumbency levels are higher. Thirdly, when we ask the question, who is Vijay likely to most, the answer comes 32% DMK and 20% AIADMK. So if you juxtapose all these three sentiments, what we are seeing is that the contest is fairly close because the Dravidian parties together have a vote share of 70% to 75% historically. That is where the vote share of DMK and AIADMK is pegged at. And the lead which the DMK has is very slender. It is within the margin of error range. Even in terms of chief ministerial phase, which is plus minus 3%, and even in terms of chief ministerial phase, you see Stalin having a 3% lead, but we see in this question across states is that the incumbent chief minister gets 2-3% or even 3 to 5% higher recall because of being in government. So here also we see that the race is fairly close. From here we have to see how the campaigns shape up, how does Vijay's initial euphoria hold or not, whether this euphoria is able to translate into vote share or not, because we also ask the question on Vijay's impact, and more than half of the people believe that his party is likely to be a vote cutter or is going to meet the same fate as what Prashant Kishore met.
Yeah, so that's what we're looking at. Collapse like Prashant Kishore, 31% believe. Vote cutter, that he will not play the role of king, but he will undercut a certain alliance. 22% believe that. They don't really think he's got a shot at power, which could influence viewers' voting patterns because voters don't like to waste their vote. And that could become a factor in this election, a major one. Let me just open this up. Let's get these initial thoughts out of the way. Let me just quickly go across to Rama Subramanian, who's a political analyst. Mr. Subramanian, what do you make of the vote vibe projections here? This suggests it's an open contest, really.
Good evening to everyone. I think this survey or analysis doesn't seem to convey the actual mood of Tamil Nadu. The real mood is something like 43-44% in favor of DMK, and with regard to ADMK, it is about 33%. That is the survey which has come a few days back. Therefore, I am clearly of the view that
where did this survey come? Please explain.
It is India Today.
Okay.
India Today, yes.
Okay.
So there is I personally feel that that is a number which has to be relied upon. And secondly, even in 2024 election, if you take in terms of the number of seats which would have been garnered by DMK, it was something like, on the basis of the parliamentary election, it would have been something like 19 in favor of DMK.
No, but one second, Mr. Subramaniam, I find it interesting. You say that it should be around 44%, not 35% or not what the vote vibe says, 35%. It shouldn't be. It should be actually about 9% more. That's what you're saying. But tell me something, sir. In the assembly elections in 2021, the vote share of the DMK alliance was 37%. I mean, the DMK itself was 37%, and the alliance itself. So I don't understand what you're saying.
No. I mean, if you just take the subsequent election, namely the parliament election 2024.
No, but that may be an inaccurate. That might be inaccurate.
No. I'm talking in terms of the actual seats won by DMK.
Hang on, just a minute. I want to be clear. You are saying that the DMK on its own will get a vote share of 44%. Is that what you're saying?
DMK and its
allies. Okay.
And its alliance. And I'm not saying that it is going to be DMK alone.
I just want to put on record, viewers, that even playing a winning hand in 2021, the DMK itself had 37.7%, which was its lowest vote share in a very long time. So, are we expecting to believe, sir, that in 5 years of anti-incumbency, it's actually going to better its vote share? Ramasubramanian, when some of the polls are saying that a large number of sitting MLAs are likely to be rejected.
No, it is for the DMK to choose the right people. Already that work is going on.
53% of the voters believe that they will not vote for their sitting MLA across parties. So, anti-incumbency is very high across party lines, viewers, in Tamil Nadu. So, the DMK will have to pull a rabbit out of the hat. Okay, we've got some opening thoughts. I want to bring in the CEO of Chanakya. I want to bring in Abhijit Iyer Mitra and, of course, Mr. Raja Gopalan, who knows the state like the back of his hand. Rangaraj Pandey, you have done a poll yourself, and let's pull out those numbers. You have seemed to suggest that the AIDMK is going to win. So, you are going by history, where every 5 years there is a new formation that is elected to power.
Three aspects, Rahul. One, we have not committed that this election will be won by AIDMK alliance. Okay. We say that AIDMK alliance is getting an advantage because you know very well, we have asked the question in January and the election is going to happen in April. So the next couple of months, many things may happen in a different way. So now, as of now, when we conducted this survey in the mid of January, what we learned that there is a strong anti-incumbency and Mr. Vijay is splitting DMK's core vote bank, which is especially minority votes, at least 50% of Christians votes are going towards Vijay, and 25% at least of Islamic votes going towards Vijay, which were completely the core vote bank of DMK for a long time, even after MGR. So what we learned now that it is favoring AIDMK, advantage AIDMK alliance. And the difference is very less. You might be aware that it is in any survey, at least 2 to 5% will be my error margin. At least we can give up to 2 to 3%. So the difference between the AIDMK and DMK alliance is very, very less. So certainly, as you rightly mentioned in the beginning, it's going to be a so tight contest. And Mr. Vijay will be a spoiler for someone, and he will be a kingmaker for someone else. Certainly, he is not going to be a Prashant Kishore of Tamil Nadu. Mr. Prashant Kishore secured around 5% in Bihar election, but this time in Tamil Nadu, Mr. Vijay will get assuredly in double-digit percentage. Whether he will get any seats or not, that we have to wait until April.
Okay, but are you suggesting that with around 18 to 21% of the vote, he may not get seats? Is that a possibility arithmetically?
Yeah, I am sure that he may get anywhere around 15 to 20%, but that may, whether that will convert into seat or not, we have to see it later, only after seeing the alliance completed and after putting the candidates, whether even Mr. Vijay will win or not, we have to see where he is contesting and who is the opponent candidate. We have to see a lot of things. The probability is there, where 20% in average means not in all seats. Somewhere they are securing only 5 to 10%. Somewhere they are securing even more than 30%. So overall,
so let me ask Mr. R. Rajagopalan. Mr. Rajagopalan, in Tamil Nadu right now, if you go down onto the ground there are many voters who do not like to talk about very vocally about their choices. The Vijay voter, however, seems to be the most vocal. Mr. Rajagopalan, is the Vijay factor being amplified or over amplified? Is he a factor? Are these surveys capturing a more vocal vote base which is ready to say yes to Vijay, but maybe a little more guarded about AIDMK or DMK, and therefore we are not picking up that? Could that be a possibility, Mr. Rajagopalan?
The possibility what you described is almost certain, Rahul. But I go with Mr. Rangaraj Pandey because he has done a survey. Apart from that, my only one question to Rangaraj Pandey and also to the DMK supporter, Mr. Subramaniam, whether Congress will go with TVK or DMK. Then only you can set the mood. If Congress goes with Vijay, then DMK will be decimated in Tamil Nadu. My understanding is Mr. Rahul Gandhi is yet to make up his mind. Even yesterday, there was supposed to be a meeting between K.C. Venugopal and Mr. Colonel Stalin. That did not happen. So in short, Rahul, whether mood of the Tamil Nadu voters is against DMK Stalin government, because as Prime Minister mentioned in Madurandaga meeting, the corruption, mafia, crime, CMC, he described DMK government as CMC. And of course, I go with Mr. Tiwari's analysis, Amitabh Tiwari's analysis. In short, I would like to say 2026 Tamil Nadu mood is to decimate the dividend ideology, and there is a strong Hindu feeling in Tamil Nadu coming up with Edapadi Palaniswamy coming. The survey should be taken in another 2 or 3 days later after DMK settles down with Congress or not. Okay. Then only you get a picture. But Tamil Nadu is against DMK government. MK Stalin is unnecessarily getting lot of drubbing.
So I want, okay, so you're saying that as of now, because the Congress has not committed, the DMK alliance is looking a little unstable, rickety, and therefore,
yes,
there could be, okay. So let me just bring in Abhijit Iyer Mitra. I must point out, and just since someone drew my attention to it, I think it was Rama Subramanian. He said that C voter survey was done also in January, the latter half to mid part of January, where the DMK had 45% share, 33% for the ADMK BJP, and 11% for others. Now, if you stack that up also in the two polls that we have, the more latest polls that we have considered, there are two things. Either the DMK in the last 15 days has lost some steam, or no one quite is being able to accurately capture the pulse. It swings from one side to the other. So it's an open election.
Look, I think I'll go with the C voter survey for a very simple reason. EPS has been an absentee opposition leader. He opens his mouth about nothing. He opposes nothing. It's almost as if the people of Tamil Nadu don't even know that there is an opposition, and the opposition even has a leader. You know, Rahul Gandhi at least opens his mouth on things in the national thing. He may not capture the pulse of the people, but he's always present in the public discourse. EPS isn't even present in the public discourse. You hardly even read about him. So suddenly, where is this thing that he's suddenly going to become chief minister, number one? Number two, I'm very suspicious about the numbers for Vijay. Now imagine people like Kamala Hassan could not score anything major. People like Captain Vijay Kant, the now deceased Vijay Kant, really failed to open their score. Rajnikant was precisely because he was so scared of actors failing. The last actor to make it big was MGR, followed then in an institution he built by Jayalalitha. I don't know if Jayalalitha herself could have gotten that kind of traction without the institution, right? Since then, the sort of movement towards film actors, I don't believe has been that great. Now, to be fair, I am simply extrapolating history onto what is present. What has happened in these last 15 to 20 days? Has Stalin or has Udayanidhi become somewhat, what have they done in the last 15, 20 days for them to lose this much? Now, is there a sense of anger against the DMK somewhat? Yes, there is. Mr. Rajagopalan is right. There is a sort of a Hindu feeling that has come up because of all the statements that Udayanidhi has made in the past. Udayanidhi and other people also within that party have made in the past. Does that actually translate into tangibles on the ground? The BJP is always going to have a problem because Hindutva is anti-caste. And being anti-caste in a state that is completely mad about caste, it's like trying to sell, it's like trying to sell sand to an Arab in the Arab desert.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Can I bring in Mr. Pandya on this? Mr. Pandya, what do you believe? Vijay factor is
Vijay factor is
over-analyzed?
there without any doubt. Vijay is going to secure around 15 to 20% without any doubt. But
No, but what is the difference between
anti-incumbency-
Vijay and Mr. Vijay and Kamal Hassan?
If Abhijit Iyer is staying in Tamil Nadu, he will certainly realize the difference between Kamal Hassan and Mr. Vijay. Mr. Vijay is a very grounded and most popular actor. Is almost near superstar level. So Kamal Hassan is a great actor without a class actor. But ground connect, Mr. Vijay is having better than any other star.
So
at
Vijay
present.
is perhaps the lightning rod around which this election revolves. If he is
Yes.
able to cut the vote substantially, he will do damage to DMK alliance. And if that happens,
Yes.
viewers, it's an open election. Perhaps that's the reason why we're seeing these numbers
Yes.
so
These numbers are
differently.
so close just because of Vijay.
Okay, well, viewers,
Can I just?
yeah, very quickly, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I am not too sure that Vijay will cause that damage only to the DMK.
Okay.
Remember, there is a
Yes,
certain
exactly.
vote that we kind of refer to as the whistle kunju vote, which will more come away from the ADMK than it will from the DMK per
Well,
se.
yeah, I mean, you
He may
don't know.
cut minority
because
votes from the DMK, but
the
he'll cut
anti-incumbency vote might split, and that
AD.
becomes problematic. Okay, so let's
Rahul,
viewers. No, hang on.
Rahul.
I need to move on. Yes, very quickly, sir. 10
One
seconds.
line.
Yeah.
One line. The sea voter survey which you are mentioning about is a survey if Lok Sabha elections are held. Today it is not a survey for Vidhan Sabha.
Okay, I concede that point. Fair enough. I concede that point. You're right about that. So, viewers, anyhow, the point is, if you look at this, it is not a done deal. And we're just about 2.5 months. So, no wonder, viewers, we're seeing electrifying campaigning on the ground. This is going to be a very interesting election to watch. And the other one will be, of course, Bengal, viewers. I'm going to move on, and I'm going to talk a little bit about a story, viewers, which you might be now familiar with. For